Hello and welcome back to Codeeze Radio Workshop. On the bench today we have the Roberts Rambler II. Different to the two original Roberts Ramblers. When I say original ones, there's the one that has the square wave change buttons here, and the second version of the Rambler which doesn't have the tone button, and it just has the long flavour, medium flavour and on and off. And this one's particularly nice. This came to me, parts are not working. I've investigated that, I've already done the necessary on it, so this is kind of a show and tell of what I've been doing with it. I've changed the TDA 1220B IC inside, and that has restored it to operation. However, it wasn't as clear as it should be, and I found that recapping the radio has significantly improved that. And
certainly wouldn't go on a regular occasion.
Nothing down that end, so we'll come back up here.
Together your multiple on the Betfair app.
So there's the Roberts Rambler II. It's in pretty nice condition too. You know, the back of it nice and clean, bottom nice and clean. I've oiled the ends, they look particularly nice now. There we are. And the front grille, there's just the one minor thing that I might touch that up with just a little bit of black paint. There's no point in restriping that. But that is the Roberts Rambler II. Now also this week, I'll just pop the Rambler II on one side, I have the Roberts R250. This one again, parts are not working, came to me, and aside from just changing the two capacitors inside, the 1000 microfarad and the 470 microfarad, that's all I've had to do to it. It kind of was for parts were not working, but it wasn't. It was sold to me actually as working, but when it turned up it wasn't working very well, and just changing those two caps has really improved things. This one's just particularly nice because this is the soft touch suede. The grill's unmarked, the brights on the top are pretty bright, and it's obviously, as I've turned it out, it's turned out nice and clean. Inside this has the backboard, which does improve the sound on these radios. Sometimes with these radios, well, quite a lot of the time, you don't get this backboard, particularly in the earlier ones, but in the later ones you do. And what I've done for the earlier ones that don't have it is I've cut some out of some hardboard and fitted it in, and it does improve the sound quality somewhat. For those of you playing along at home, this one is serial number 289838, and yeah, it is a really nice radio. Quick look around, got the swing tag on the side, the bright work here is pretty bright, as it is here too. It's largely unmarked. It's particularly nice in a hard to find colour. I've several brochures and things, but I can't find a reference to this one. It's kind of a, I don't know what colour you're picking up there, but this is kind of a salmon dusky pink colour. Not quite pink, not quite orange, not quite, I'll call it salmon. So that's that one. I'll pop that one on one side and then bring in my favourite one of the week, which is the Roberts R66. If I just zoom out just ever so slightly so we can fit that in a little bit better. The R66, medium wave, long wave. Particularly nice this. This came to me as working, but what actually sold it to me as a collector as well as a fixer restorer, was the inside. Now, looking inside there, you can't really tell what I've done to it, but I have changed the capacitors, checked the resistors on there. Everything checks out fine, the valves are all fine, it works absolutely beautifully. What I do like is that the 3-pin plug that I've fitted does actually fit inside the case when you've got it closed. Now this is a mains and battery set, although you would be hard pushed to fit any modern type of battery in there. It has the connectors for the older type batteries, but not something that you can easily get hold of now. But it works exceptionally well now, having been tweaked to within an inch of its life by me. But as I say, get to the money shot, and that is just on the inside of the door here. If I move this even further across, we've got the original envelope with the instructions for operating the Roberts R66. Now on this envelope here, you've got obviously instructions for operating the Roberts R66, as I say. It's got the original logo on there, the finest of all portables. Well, it is a Roberts. Roberts Portable AC Mains Battery Receiver. Now the print on here is for Roberts Radio Co Limited, Creek Road, East Molesey, Surrey, but what's been pencil written on here is Molesey Avenue, West Molesey, and there's a telephone number there. Now if I am very careful at taking this out, again, for those of you playing along at home, this one is type R66, serial number 3048. We'll have another good look round that in a moment. I'll just pop that to the back just for now. The instructions. Now, inside, I was a little disappointed not to find the actual instructions. But what we do have is the guarantee. Well, part of the guarantee, because obviously the original owner sent off the detached part to Roberts to warranty their purchase. Now this is serial number 3048, which matches perfectly with the radio, and it says on here, important, this guarantee is operative only if part 2 of the guarantee card, correctly completed by both customer and dealer, reaches the company not more than 7 days after the receiver was delivered to the customer. Cards bearing numbers which have been defaced or altered cannot be accepted. Well, this hasn't been altered at all. It's got the serial number there, obviously, and the type, which is R66, which is printed in kind of a purple stamped ink. Make certain that the number on the guarantee card agrees with that on the receiver, which it does. The following information should be completed by the customer for reference. So the dealer's name in this instance was Wireless Supply Depot Limited, 23 Worcester Road, Malvern, and at Pershore. And the date that the receiver was delivered, and this is handwritten in ink, was the 1st of June 1956. Again, the finest of all portables. Again, of course it is, it's a Roberts. Roberts Radio Co Limited, Creek Road, East Molesey, Surrey. So this part should be part 1, retained by the customer. On the flip side is the actual guarantee. I won't bore you with reading all of that out. However, if you want to pause, I'll hold that there for a moment, and then you can have a read, and then we'll move on. So that is the guarantee card. Also is a Roberts Radio receipt on lovely vintage paper. Obviously it's an original receipt. By appointment to Her Majesty the Queen. We've got the royal warrant there, the cash sale, and the receipt number 2697. The original logo again, the Roberts Radio Co Limited, Molesey Avenue, West Molesey, Surrey. And there's the old telephone number. Now what I also find interesting from this is where it says telegrams. So if you wanted to send them a telegram, you would address that to Rob Rays at East Molesey. Telegrams, Rob Rays, East Molesey. Rob Rays, I do need to look that up. If anybody's any ideas before I look it up, let me know in the comments down below. So this was originally delivered to A. Dunkley Esquire, 14 Wellington Road, Ashford, Middlesex, and that was on the 10th of August 1970. Now what this refers to is a replacement handle. It was dispatched by post. There's the order number for the original letter and their reference there, which was HV CAF. So it was one R66 red handle, and that came in at 10 shillings net, and it's hand stamped at the bottom with "received with thanks a sum of 10 shillings for Roberts Radio Co Limited" and signed CAF. So that is another nice little bit of provenance to go with the radio. The last thing that I'm particularly happy about with this is the original technical data sheet for the Roberts R66. Now these are particularly hard to find. I've got a copy of something similar to this, but not this. I haven't got a copy of this, and I didn't have an original. So this is the technical data for the Roberts R66 AC mains battery portable. Handwritten at the top, I don't know if you can pick that up, but the receiver would have cost £19 and 19 shillings at the purchase date. Now the technical data tells you everything that you need to know about servicing the radio. It's got some wonderful schematics in there, the wonderful original ones with the, I don't know if you can pick that up there, the original drawing number and checked by, and the date, which was the 6th of December 1955 for this circuit diagram. It was drawn by R. Roberts and checked by P.E. Murphy, I think that is. But yeah, you've got the underside view of the chassis here, topside view of the chassis there, and all the components and the values on here. There's a modicum of wear to this, but it's intact. We've got the circuit alignment down here. At the bottom here, it was printed by Herbert Titch and Co, or Herbert Fitch and Co Limited, and they were in London on Hansel Street. Again, a different telephone number there, Molesey 2684, which is different to on here, and different to the guarantee card, and different to the envelope. So there are lots of things there to excite somebody like me that fixes these things, but not only fixes these things, but actually collects them. This is a keeper and will be going into my collection. So I'll pop that back inside, and then I'll give you a quick look all the way around the radio. Pop that back inside the door there, make sure it's safe and secure. Close that back up. We've had a look at the inside, so now it is just the outside, and it is absolutely phenomenal. It's lovely. It's the best looking one that I've got. I do have a few of these, but this one by far is the best. Let me zoom back out, if I can remember which way is out. That's in, that's out. There we go. I should be able to fit a little bit more of it in now. There's the front face, and this fretted plastic grill on the front is now perfect, having been in Mrs. Codee's sink with some of Mrs. Codee's bespoke grill cleaner. And also the, I think it's like a muslin cloth behind there. I also bleached that, and that has come out very well. That was particularly tricky because it's such a thin, fine cloth. It just wanted to curl up and was hard to flatten out again, but I've done that, so it's all original. So we've got the enamel badge there, Roberts radio with the original Roberts logo on there again. The top dial face, you've got the left-hand set of controls. If you had to turn that all the way that way, that is for battery, and turn it this way, and that is for mains. And the centre position is off. You've got the tuning dial in the middle and the volume. But this is the brand new handle, which obviously matches in because it is an original handle from Roberts back in the day. Back of it, it's pretty pristine, and I absolutely adore this as a vintage radio. you certainly know you've got something when you handle this. Picking it up weight wise, there's a lot of weight there. It just oozes the quality, which is why it does say it on the literature and it is bandied around in adverts and things, but I really do rate these, and I really do find that this particular one is certainly worthy of the finest of all portables moniker. I do have an original bag for this as well, and it is a brand new bag, so Codeeze got a brand new bag for this radio, so I will get that out. As I say, it is a brand new bag, and the bag is in its original packaging as well. So I'm not going to put the radio in the bag, but I'm going to put it with the bag and carefully wrap this up, box this up, and put this in with my collection too. So that's that one. I'll put that one on one side, and then all that is left for me to say, really, is thank you very much for watching. If you like what you've seen, click like. If you want to leave a comment, just leave it down there, down below. If you've got any questions, just ask. And yeah, that's it. I will catch you in the next one. Bye for now.